All right, my friends, I jumped on a few seconds early to see if it might have worked. I hit the little go live button and come on. Are you? Are you? Did it work? Please? No, no, no. Darn. Okay, so once again, well, we're going to try one more thing. Over here, if I scroll up, well, it says it's going live. See, it thinks it's live. So on Zoom. Okay, hold on. Oh, are we? It thinks it's on Facebook. I can see that. Can't see the picture though. Hold on, I'm gonna look on another device and see. Oh my gosh! Ah, we are live on Facebook, aren't we? Hot doggity dog. All right, now if I can get back over here where I can see the whole screen. Okay, so the third try, we got it right. Okay, amazing, fantastic. Welcome back, guys. Um, Today, we are walking through the mini catalog. We're going to look at celebration products. We're going to look at some new products that we can only see online, and we are going to look at the new scrapbooking products as well. Now, technically, the scrapbooking products are visible only online, although there is a brochure. I'm going to attach the PDF to the brochure to the somewhere. I'll post it and attach the PDF so that you can go to the PDF. Um, I hear you on Zoom. I can hear you. If you, okay. Um, hmm. I don't quite know how to think about that, Lou. Let's just see if there are any comments on Facebook telling us. Oh, Becky's there. My cousin Christy's there. Woohoo! And Karen says she can hear me on Facebook. Whoo! Huge win, guys. Huge win. I'm so excited. Thank you all so much for being here. Um, wow, I hope I remember how I did it. um, we are going to finish up this live with part 3 of the mini catalog, and we are looking at bundles and stamp sets this time. And then the next lives, we're going to talk about some of those other things. So I'm going to switch cameras. Hope I don't break everything. And we'll take a look at what we've got here. So actually, I'm going to jump over here first, and then I'll work backwards and talk about what. Okay, fix this camera. So what's a bundle, right? A bundle is a combination of products that Stampin' Up! Offers at a reduced price. And we throw that term around a lot, but so here it is. Thank you for Stampin' Up! To remember that sometimes we need to define that. And sometimes a bundle can be a combination of a stamp set and dies that coordinate. Sometimes it is a stamp set and a punch that coordinates. Um, then sometimes it is a stamp set, a hybrid embossing folder, and a set of dies. Um, and then sometimes it is a stamp set and a set of masks or stencils or some combination of that, right? So it's when there is more than one product that coordinates and they bundle price it, saving us 10% on that. Um, so when we talk about so a punch, okay, we're going to look at punches, but that's simple. You don't need anything besides the punch in order to make that work. The dies and the hybrid embossing folders, you need the cut and emboss machine with it. So we have two sizes of cut and emboss machines. One will feed a 6-inch wide um, set of combination of whatever your sandwich is, right? It could be the embossing folder, the cardstock. It could be the die and the cardstock. Anyway, as long as it's 6 inches wide, that will feed through. And there are special plates and pieces that go with it that coordinate that you use with it to make that whatever you're doing, whether you're cutting it out or you're giving it the texture of the embossing. Um, then the then there is a smaller one that holds feeds about a 3-inch piece, and that's the one, guys. I grab it so often because it's it's so handy. It's just right here, right? It's just this little thing, and the plates I just keep kind of tucked in. These are the ones that I use most often, although there's at least one other one, but these are the ones I use most often. There's two others actually, because you need different thicknesses depending on what you are running through the machine. When the Mini first came out, the smaller one, we had to get used to it because it's shorter and it's not as forgiving with the way the plates feed through. So we've done videos and talked about that quite a bit. As I go back into live streams and I'm using that on camera, then I'll explain more about it. If you are someone that has questions about it, or you've been frustrated by using that Mini, then reach out. We can do a one-on-one session. I'm glad to do that because I love it so much. Everybody needs to love it that much, right? Okay, so moving into the first section in this bundled area of the Mini. Now, of course, because I finally got my cameras and my broadcasting all working, now my nose has to run. I have nothing up here. Oh my gosh. Oh, Christy, since you're here, I'll show you. What's my snack in between videos, huh? Can you see? Yeah, kind of loving those a lot. And Cindy just said, "What? Wait, how'd you get those?" Um, dark chocolate covered cherries. Judy, you did not hear that because that's sugar and we're in no sugar January. They got an exception because they're a Christmas present. That's the way that works, right? Okay, so this first bundle is called the Linked Together Bundle. And it's pretty cool, guys. It has a stamp set, dies, and the masks or the stencils that work together. And I don't currently have this, but you've got some awesome samples here. What did the masks do? The masks let you layer on colors and create some really detailed, almost 3D effects, right? Um, I've used floral masks more than anything and layered on that. Usually it's your light color that goes on first, covering the broadest area, and then you add the dark colors to give it the depth and the texture. And so these are the first, I think, geometrics that I've worked with at least in a while. They have little notches, which are going to be really hard to see in this photo, but the notches help you line up and lay down, line these up each time. One of the, let's see, is it one of these samples? Yeah. Okay. So this sample, you can see that they put down like this light yellow color with one of the masks. Then they came in with this orange color, and then they've used a die cut on top of that to give all of this texture and depth to it. So lots of cool things that you can do with it. This is pretty cool where they've used a combination of the um, the die. Okay, so how did they do this? I don't even know. I'm gonna have to figure out how they did this because I can't figure out how they did that because it's not. I guess they could have actually run it through 3 times. One time, it's all tone on tone, so maybe one time they cut out the detail glued it back together, and then ran it through the oval shape. Wow, that's dedication for you. Um, we're going to have to explore that. But anyway, so this is a big, excuse me, this bundle has a lot of pieces to it. Some some nice fonts. I love this So Happy for You. Um, and the O. um, you've got in the dies, there's one die that cuts out these 2 flowers, and then another die that cuts out these 4 flowers. So that's always nice when they know you want multiples of it and they give you the single die or multiples of the die to do it. And here you can see how this is the single die of 4 that cuts out 4 individual smaller flowers. Oh my gosh. Okay. Um, Okay, the next bundle is the Memorable Blooms. This is beautiful, guys. This is okay, let's see. I've had round 1. Okay, that's where I ordered minimal products in the pre-order. Round 2 is the order that's coming in this week that I thought would be here in time for my new catalog show launch because I didn't plan to do that until next Saturday. But quickly building up to round 3, which is where I'm going to have to get this bundle. These, now this is a cling stamp set, so it's going to be red rubber. And when you've got these details like this, small details, the red rubber tends to give you I don't hate to say better, but is maybe it is better. Anyway, you'll see it more in red rubber in that case. Easier to color when it's the smaller images like this. So lots of fun coloring with it. Great greetings. And then I've circled in my catalog this part that says images at 90%. Um, we've grown accustomed to having the images on the front of the stamp case be the exact size of the stamp. Like jumping ahead here, this terrific toadstools. If we pull out one of these stamps, we would see that it is exactly the size of the stamp, the image on the front. That's really, it's when it's the same size, it helps you. You can, see, is my punch going to fit here? Is my label going to fit? What size, do I need for my greeting? When they're at 90% like they are here, you need to actually measure against the actual stamp because the image on the front is going to be a little misleading. And, perhaps 90% isn't going to throw you off very much, but just be aware because more often than not, they are 100%. So it doesn't, something we don't question until it doesn't fit and we're like, well, wait, why didn't that fit? Um, so great greetings. I love the mixed font of cursive and print. And this is kind of a handwriting, which I think is pretty awesome. And the dies, they cut out these pretty cool frames like this one. So and you can see they've given me a formula here. So they've done this for dummies. So you can cut out, I don't even know how to explain this. The way that the dies are going to work, so you can cut out your detail and leave your mat around it, right? But then you can also come back in with this other die and give yourself this part of it. So you've got some really cool options here for that frame, the way they've done it. See, like here they've cut just the frame inside the mat. Here they've given us a thin mat with this detail. So a pretty cool set here in this Memorable Blooms bundle. And I know y'all can't see. Can I tilt it this way? Azzy, Marshall's little cat, has come in to join me. I can't get her on camera. but she's right over here at stage left or right. And man, that was silly, Michelle, because now you've messed up the whole thing. Okay. Darling Dinos arrives next week because Nolan, my 2-year-old grandson, is a dinosaur fool. He fought over a dinosaur coloring book on Christmas Eve that had perhaps should have been labeled for him, but it ended up being labeled for River instead. And Nolan loves dinosaurs. And at 2, you can't always understand everything he says, but you will understand him when he is explaining that is a T-Rex or a Stegosaurus without any problems whatsoever. It's important to him. Some of the other things that you'll see here, so they've stamped the background in this dinosaur. I can't almost stick my head in the camera here, but I thought at first that might be the bokeh paper, but I don't think it is. I haven't seen the recipes for the mini catalog yet. Stampin' Up! Typically publishes a guide that tells us what products are used on each of the samples, which is fabulous. It's a great resource. But I haven't seen it just yet, so I'll be watching for that. That is something that we can share with our customers, so I will do so when I find it. This little background here is part of the plaid that we saw in the storybook suite. So love little dinosaurs. In fact, we had a dinosaur set several years ago that I've held on to that I just put in my BOGO pile because we have a new one. So I don't need to hold on to that one any longer. For the books, I think, I don't know who, early on, first pass through the catalog, I knew that I had to have this bundle. I absolutely love the way they have done the images on this card, because when you look, they've done all of this variety with just these 3 stamps. The way they stacked it, they've leaned it. And then colored them. I love books. I now read mostly on my Kindle, but I can't wait for this to come. The die has got all kinds of little detail to the book. You can see it in this image here. And look, there's this little die that looks like a comb rolls up to create little tassels so that your card can have, your bookmark can have little tassels in it. And then uh, the Solid, and you've got stars that you can color in. And I just love this. And for my paper books, I love to be able to add the from the library of and write my name on those. So very cool. And of course, reading glasses, these tiny little reading glasses. Yeah, I can't wait to get this. I didn't order it in round 1, but it's coming in round 2. The terrific toadstools. Yes, you saw, I've given you a sneak peek that I have this bundle. Now this is one that is it's a photopolymer set, right? It's a punch bundle. Punch bundles are typically less expensive than die bundles, but they also, when the first set of stock runs out of punches, it takes longer for Stampin' Up! To replenish that stock. So if this is on your list, order it sooner rather than later, because they do take some time if they go out of stock for a while. But the stamp is a 3-parter. I love that our punches, the punch is a 3-parter. The punch stores flat when it's closed, right? And lost that thought. Yeah, completely lost that thought. This particular punch and stamp set is what we'll call a full coverage. Sometimes our punch will leave a white edge around, or the dies even will leave a white edge around the image when they cut them out. This one, you can see in this image here that we don't want to leave a white image on this one. It is designed to completely fill the punched image. So you'll even leave a little color behind when you punch these out. But yep, totally, totally hooked on mush. I wouldn't put a mushroom in my mouth. Okay, I might to save my life, but it's definitely one of those that I have serious texture issues with. The flavor's fine, but mm-mm, no, it's not going to be on pizza for me. But I do have two samples of cards made with this. Let's see if I can get this out. So I love these colors. But how cute is this popping up to say hi? And it's a Valentine's Day card. Isn't that adorable? Um, we're going to see in an upcoming video this paper that is used in this card um, and the sequins. Those are celebration items that you can choose. I love, again, coordination. Coordination is key. And this is the paper, and look how clever this card is. So the designer series paper actually became the card base, and so it shows both sides of the paper, and just super, super cute. We're going to have lots of fun with that bundle. And then this bundle is a great value for a few different reasons. Now, like the toadstool bundle, now Michelle's suit is going to show us all kinds of things other than toadstools that you can use with this punch, but it's called Toadstool Bundle, Toadstool Builder, because that's the way it was designed for. It was designed to build toadstools. This is a label punch, right? So its shape is what you're going to stamp your greeting on, or it's not building a character, so to speak, like some of them do. And this particular punch, it's bundled with this Hugs for Love stamp set, which thank you, Judy, for ensuring that I purchase. But I'm going to flip ahead and show you that also has this stamp set that coordinates with it. And honestly, if this stamp had been bundled with the punch, it would have been a no-brainer for me. I would have gotten it immediately. But my friend Judy enabled me to need this one. So you're going to want this bundle, and then you'll have these great greetings, these big, bold, mixed font, right? Um, and then you'll need the oh, oh. You're going to want this one called Bright Borders, which gives you these three other borders to use with it, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But I love this card is using the punch, to punch out the designer series paper to create a design, and then cardstock and stamping on it to create a design. This is quite similar to the design that Judy made that sold me on this bundle. Um, I'm not a huge heart person, but I yeah, I really like that, and I liked the way this little stamp creates the little row of hearts. But anyway, so it's not screaming Valentine's Day, even though it says Hugs for Love, and we think of that as Valentine's Day. It's a lot more. Um, you and I make the best team. You make me smile. I don't know. I like that. Um, then page 55 talks about the different types of stamps that we have in the collection. And I love that the catalog does some of this explaining for us, because I think we start throwing around terms and we just forget where the beginning is. And this walks us back through the different types of stamps, and even talks a little bit about what you can do with the different types. The cling is a red rubber stamp. Um, it'd be awesome if I could just like grab one and show you, wouldn't it? Okay, well, okay, we're just going to go with it. It's a red rubber, and you actually put the sticker on the stamp. You punch it out of its sheet when it comes. I'm trying to think of if I'm bound to have one over there. Maybe I'll pull it out in between, and I can show you in the next video, because I'm not prepared for that right now. The photopolymer is what you just saw with the toadstool bundle. It's where you can see the image that you're stamping. You can see where it's going to land. It's clear. The reversibles, we're going to look at a set in just a second, where you actually stamp one side gives you the what we'll call the fill in, and the other side gives you the detail. So you stamp it once, you clean it off, you flip your stamp over on your block, and you stamp the other side. A distinctive stamp gives you all kinds of texture, detail, depth. It has a lot of depth to it. Um, Typically, those are red rubber, but we've had some that have been photopolymer. And then the two-step stamp gives you your detail, your outline, if you will, and then you stamp your fill. You color it in with a stamp rather than actually coloring it with your blends or your markers or your watercolor pencils or so on and so forth. So in this catalog, in the mini, we have this beautiful set of reversible stamps. So, and this image kind of walks you through it. So this is one stamp, this is one stamp, this is one stamp, but you put your detail side on the block, you ink it up, and you stamp this down. You clean off that side and flip it over, ink it up, and stamp this side to get your detail. And these are gorgeous. I just heard my friend Cindy say, she doesn't typically, is not particularly drawn to this type of stamp typically, and I'm not either. But the samples here, I think, are just beautiful. Um, in this case, they've used the solid image in a little bit different way. They didn't stamp the solid image and then add the detail. They just used the solid image. It's so pretty. They've created this gorgeous background here with a combination of just the solid and just the detail. Uh, I I will order this set, and I wouldn't normally do so. So this set is called Natural Botanicals, and it's going to have 6 stamps, and you'll actually be getting like 12 for 6, 2 for 1, um, when you make that purchase. So gorgeous. So then the bright borders, this is the one that coordinates with the oh my gosh, Hearts and Hugs. We're going to call it that. I don't know that that's really correct. And you get some cool samples here too. Um, like this particular one, this label, they've done tone on tone with this border, and then they've stamped the greeting and heat embossed it in white. This one they've stamped on like maybe boho blue or misty boho blue probably, and then they've stamped the border in it could be misty moonlight, it could actually be boho blue. Um, this one they've taken this stamp and the future is bright to create this little shaker image and used a die from I think it's from the annual catalog for that. So they've shown, you know, so many ways to use this as, with a punch, or use just the stamps, so that, you can see that you can use the borders, you can use the stamps. They don't have to go together to create some pretty amazing designs. Now, this little one more year, I like puns. I didn't get this one yet, but the one that jumps out at me is happy birthday, now back to me. Now, my husband would tell you, I can't believe you didn't do that. But yeah, happy birthday, now back to me, because it's really supposed to be about me. But this is really cute, and these are fun images to color. So if you like puns, then you will like this happy birthday stamp set. And if you don't like, now back to me, you can cut that off like they did here with this cake that is full of candles. These 2 papers are from that plaid paper that we saw with the storybook collection. And, we talked about how versatile that paper was, that it could be used with anything. And you're clearly seeing that throughout the catalog, how they're pulling in this plaid paper. And in fact, I have a sample that I almost forgot to show you that does all of those things. So this is the thank you from this stamp, and border. So here's the thank you, and here's the border. They've punched it out. Dana has punched it out, and then she's also given us an early espresso background of that shape. And you can do that a few different ways. Sometimes we just offset it. We've got, looks like she's actually stamped that early espresso twice in order to create it this way. Um, Super cool. And then she's used this stamp down here to create this line here. And then this plaid is from that plaid pack of paper. And then it's a fun fold. So gorgeous card, super masculine. I think that masculine cards are certainly something that I need more of. Let's see down here. Let's see if you can see. Aging fine like cheese and wine. And look, it's got this little fireworks dandelion. I'm not sure, but this little fun little accent stamp that they've used here is pretty cool. And I'm not quite sure how they made this background, if they've used a blending brush, or if it's on the bokeh paper. So that's another one that we'll have to check out once we get the recipes. The totally tiled or tiled techniques. I think this is just stunning, and it's a great way for you to to create your background layers or corners for your card, for your scrapbook. This is just beautiful. So these are 5 photopolymer stamps to create kind of an endless set of patterns. To just I don't know if this is round 3 for me that I'll have to have it. These um, These are not difficult to line up. I've worked with this style before, these tiled stamps before, and they're forgiving. They are not difficult to line up to make your different patterns. And how pretty is this where they've colored in some of the stamped image. So totally tiled, very pretty. This stamp set is Lifelong Friends. Have I got that in there? So it's a line art images with some beautiful greetings. Here's to lifelong friends. I love these little collection of flowers here. I'm thinking of you, friend. So happy to have you in my life. I couldn't have picked a better friend. Love the greetings. I typically don't buy these line art images of people. I don't, it's not, it just doesn't call to me the way some other things do. They have done some beautiful coloring of them here, and there was a lot of chatter about the fact that we've done multiple body shapes here, showed an appreciation for all body types, and that's something that we don't see in catalogs now, do we? So that's a nice stamp set. This is a cling. This is going to be a red rubber set, but just for the greetings alone, I think that's a beautiful set. Okay, boy, we zipped through that. Now, see, that figures. I got the video finally working the way we wanted it to work, and we've just about finished. But we're wrapping up the mini. So, so here in the background, we talk about getting people together. It's always more fun to stamp or to craft with a friend. During celebration, we earn rewards. Okay, so we shop, we earn rewards, we save. That is what celebration is about. We're going to talk about celebration and some of the specials for earning products. The joining special that occurs during celebration is fantastic. So that's in an upcoming video. The page 65 has your index, and it's broken down, dies, embellishments. So doesn't have the visual like that we like so much, but it does. It is a nice index to tell us. And I've got a few check marks here. There are more that I own, but maybe not here yet. I will in the next week or so go live and share with you some of the things that I've only been able to talk about today and create some product projects with you. It is definitely a goal. Can't find my mouse. Where'd you go? There you go. So the next video is at 3 o'clock Central. So you've got time to go get a snack. I've got a cat in here with me that I'm going to have to chase out. Also have my lunch in here with me that I got to make sure the cat doesn't get to. Um, the But the next video that we are going to jump in at 3 o'clock, we're going to talk about Celebration and the products in the Celebration brochure that you can earn for select as your free item when you spend $60 or $120. So the threshold has changed with this catalog. This is Azzy. This is one of Marshall's little kittens. She hangs out with me during the day quite a bit when I'm working. She's pretty good company. Right now, she's kind of zooming around crazy, but once she gets settled down, she settles down nicely and lets me work. Now she's really fond of ribbon. My friend Judy has a dog that eats her ribbon, and I have this cat that likes to steal and eat my ribbon. And I lost my thought. So let's see. Celebration is next. Oh, the threshold changed. For years and years and years and years, it's been $50 and $100. And this year the price has changed. So when you spend $60 before shipping and tax, you will earn a Celebration selection. And when you earn $120, you can either get two of the $60 items or there's some special $100, $120 items. We'll go into that next. And then we'll take a look at online exclusives or online only products, which just means you're not going to find them in a printed catalog. They're only visible online. And we're going to talk about the scrapbooking products later on today, too. So the day seems to be flying by, but I will see you back at 3. There are door prize posts coming. So keep posting, and I'll get to all those comments at some point over the weekend. All right. Thanks. Thanks, friends. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.